My mother called me a monster for what I did to my daughter. My boyfriend said pulling out worked and I wouldn't get pregnant. He refused to wear condoms because he knew what he was doing. And I believed him because I was 17 and stupid. But when the pregnancy test came back positive, my parents didn't yell at me. My mom slapped me and told me to pack my stuff and move out that same day. They're extremely religious. I sobbed, putting my life into bags. But my boyfriend reassured me it would be okay. He said his family would help and that we'd figure it out together. I believed him. The birth was long and painful, and I was so tired afterwards. They put my baby girl on my chest and fell in love. I looked at him expecting him to fall for her too, but his expression was blank. He looked scared. Then he said, "I'm gonna get the baby some milk." I laughed and told him he better not dip on me. He chuckled nervously and ran out the delivery room. After the first hour, I knew he wasn't coming back. The hospital discharged me 2 days later. I had nowhere to go, so I went straight to my boyfriend's house. I figured maybe his mom would help or defend me, even if he wouldn't. I walked up the porch steps with my baby in my arms and knocked. His mom opened the door and just stared at me. I started explaining what happened, but she cut me off. "My son told me everything. He doesn't want to be a father and I respect his decision. He's a young man and deserves a chance to live," I stuttered, asking if I could just come inside and talk. She blocked the doorway and said, "That baby is not my responsibility. You trapped my son, so deal with the consequences of your actions." I was standing there holding her grandchild and she looked at us like we were strangers. "Get off my property before I call the police. I hope that baby dies." She shut the door in my face. I went to my parents' house next. I didn't know what else to do. I knocked and my mom answered. She looked at the baby and then at me, and her face didn't change at all. "I have nowhere to go, Mommy. I'm so sorry." She said sorry doesn't undo sin. I asked if I could just stay for one night. She said my baby and I will rot in hell together. I stood there like she had hit me. She closed the door without saying anything else. I hit up my friends after that. I begged to just stay one night. Most of them left me on red. A few blocked me. My best friend since middle school texted, "My parents don't want me around your situation." I stopped texting after that. I went to a shelter with my baby in a car seat I couldn't afford. They said they were full. I tried another one. They said they weren't accepting more people. I called a housing line and waited 2 hours for someone to tell me there was a 3-month wait list. I applied for emergency assistance, but I needed documents I didn't have. A birth certificate that hadn't come yet. Every door I knocked on had a reason to stay closed. I ended up on a bench outside a gas station at 9 p.m. with my newborn screaming in my arms. I hadn't eaten since the hospital. I didn't have diapers or formula. I just had her. She was crying so loud and I couldn't make it stop. I kept whispering, "I'm sorry," over and over. I told her I was trying. She was 4 days old and I had already failed her. I sat there rocking her thinking this is what rock bottom feels like. Around 2 a.m., she finally stopped crying. She just looked up at me with these big eyes like she trusted me completely. That broke me more than anything else because I knew I couldn't protect her. I had no way to feed her tomorrow. No way to keep her dry or warm or safe. I was a kid myself trying to raise a kid on nothing. I wanted to be enough for her. I wanted to figure it out and prove everyone wrong, but I couldn't let her suffer to try to prove a point. I looked at her and realized the most loving thing I could do was let her go. Give her to someone who could actually give her a life. I kissed her forehead and whispered, "I'm sorry," that I loved her so much. Then I carried her to the hospital and told them I needed to place her for adoption. A girl in the waiting room saw me crying and said I could stay with her. I stayed with her for 3 months. When I finally called my mom to tell her what I did, she called me a monster. I never spoke to her again.